welcome you warmly. We have a fun show tonight. Slash is here. We have, I don't know if you heard, there's a big trial going on in New York. Our former president and future convicted felon who, after saying who knows how many times he would absolutely testify, has opted not to testify, and the defense has rested their case. I will tell you, though, one thing I'm going to miss as this trial wraps up is watching Trump's lawyer, this guy Todd Blanche, silently glowering as Trump stands outside the courtroom whining every day.
It's a kangaroo court. There's never been anything like this that I've ever seen. Now, I had 2 other trials that were kangaroo courts also. It's stacked up. And I see what's happening with this judicial system, and it's just, they call it all kangaroos.
They do? Who does? Who calls it all kangaroos? The legal community? The zoo community? Or just you? I don't know. And then all caps and kangaroo outlined his next steps.
And we'll be resting pretty quickly. Resting meaning resting the case. I won't be resting. I don't rest. I like to rest sometimes, but I don't get to rest.
And then guess what he did? The guy who doesn't rest? As soon as he got into court, he nodded off at least once this afternoon. He really is something. You know, when my brother was about 3 years old, he would fall asleep like in his mashed potatoes, and we go, "John, are you sleeping?" And he'd go, "Oh," he said, "No." And that's kind of, for him, it was cute. And of course, no day with Donald Trump would be complete without a mention of the size of the crowd.
The crowd's outside. We can't get, it's not a very big thing for us. We don't really care that much.
Right. If there's one thing we know about Donald Trump, is that he couldn't care less about crowd size.
People want to get out there, and you have all police. The only people that are let out there is the radical left lunatics. And they put our people 4 or 5 blocks away. There are a lot of them, too.
Yeah, no, there aren't. There aren't. I drove by there last week. I was in New York. There's no one there. You have no supporters in your hometown. There's one crazy lady outside his apartment building screaming at ghosts. That's all you got. The only supporters Trump has in New York is the army of ass-kissers who fly in from Washington every day to suckle his teats on camera. Today, it was Don Jr., Sebastian Gorka, Ronnie Jackson, and Joe Piscopo. Not exactly a Beatles reunion of stars. And there was a congressman from Texas named Troy Nehls who decided he needed to show up to slobber all over his sweet orange crush, too.
This is 5 weeks sitting in a courtroom when he should be out reaching the American people and telling the American people what he would like to do for this country. And who shows up? Tens of thousands of people show up at Donald Trump's rallies. The Democrats hate it. There's not another person on the planet that can do that other than the Pope.
That's right. Not Beyonce, not Taylor Swift, just Trump and the Pope. And did you notice what this guy is wearing around his neck?
Donald Trump's going to be the 47th president. Donald Trump's going to be the 47th president, and he's going to make America great again. Can you explain your tie?
No, he cannot explain that. There is no explanation for that tie. And, of course, no one did a louder job of defending Donald Trump than the unfortunate and chin-challenged soul who has the bad fortune of sharing the man's name.
When our defense goes after arguably the least credible witnesses in the history of, I don't know, witnesses, you're not allowed to ask the damning questions of them. The star witness in this case is a, 9 times convicted liar, and now an admitted thief. That is who they're hanging the entire case on. The other one happens to be a porn star.
And my dad screwed both of them. And then we have Brother Eric, who took his look at me, Dad, please look at me act to Hannity.
They have charged my father with 34 felony counts. It's been what they've been doing to my father since he came down that escalator. I've been by my father's side almost the entire time. My father's been censored. My father, that man right there on the stage, my father didn't do a damn thing wrong. He's a great president. He's a great person. He's a great father.
And in case I didn't mention it 5 times already, he's my father. No matter what he tells people. And on top of all this, Trump or his team, someone shared this video on Truth Social last night.
What happens after Donald Trump wins? What's next for America?
Okay, if you zoom in, you can see they slipped in the words, a unified Reich. a fourth Reich, if you will. The good news is Trump wants to bring the country together. The bad news is that country is Germany in 1933. His campaign said it wasn't Trump who reposted the video. It was one of the junior Nazis who worked for him. But what else does this man have to do for people to see what he is? Just grows the mustache? What if he grew the mustache? What if he grew a little blonde Hitler mustache, started strutting around with his arm out straight? You think it would have any effect? How many of his supporters do you think would say, all right, that's too much for me? I'd guess maybe 10. Reich Tyson is also taking a beating in the money department. Shares of his media company were down 10% today. Trump's company made $770,500 in revenue during the first quarter of this year, which would be great if he hadn't actually spent more than $327 million. Truth Social has now lost so much money, they may have to change their name to Red Lobster. That's how bad this is. And there's some, many analysts on Wall Street say they haven't seen losses like this since every other time Trump has run a business. Trump has a lot on his plate right now. He's threatening to sue the filmmakers who made a new movie called The Apprentice. I don't know if you heard about it, stars Sebastian Stan as a young Donald Trump during his rise to fame in New York in the 80s. A spokesperson for Trump put out a statement and said, this film is pure malicious defamation, should not see the light of day, and doesn't even deserve a place in the straight-to-DVD section of a bargain bin at a soon-to-be-closed discount movie store. But if it gets nominated for an Oscar, he'll start saying he wrote it. The best part of the story is one of Trump's billionaire friends invested a lot of money to make this movie, thinking it was going to be a flattering portrayal, and now he's furious. He's slow and furious as the movies go. No Trumper, though, is in more legal or financial peril right now than his former lawyer and advisor, Rudy Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani was indicted in Arizona for his efforts to overturn state election results there. Rudy's also filed for bankruptcy. He claims he owes $151 million to various creditors, but that might be about to change because he's got an exciting new business brewing.
You all know I stand by the truth, and if I put my name on something, I truly believe in it. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce you to something I'm incredibly proud of. My own brand of organic specialty coffee, Rudy Coffee. Believe me when I say it's the best coffee you'll ever try. It's smooth, rich, chocolatey, and gentle on your stomach. It's so good, I even recommend drinking it black.
Oh. You know, there are a lot of things I like about that commercial. The fake digital apartment, the fact that one of his selling points is his coffee won't give you diarrhea. But I think the best is the way he says chocolatey. Let's enjoy that again.
Chocolatey.
To be fair, his first language is Transylvanian.
You'll also be supporting the Call to Action nonprofit, which is devoted to helping veterans and first responders. So you can make a difference and taste the difference.
Yes, right. Put that QR code back on the screen, because I want you, if you can at home right now, scan that. And I try to go to the website. It goes to nothing. The calltoaction.com, there appears to be nothing there, and no sign online that an organization called Call to Action that supports veterans or first responders even exists. It's as invisible as Rudy Giuliani in front of a mirror. The clock, by the way, is ticking for TikTok. 8 TikTok creators are suing the government over the law President Biden signed last month, which calls for the company to be sold to a non-Chinese company by next year or dismantled altogether. These TikTok stars claim it's a violation of their First Amendment rights. They don't seem to think the fact that China is able to control so much of the information that comes to us through TikTok is a problem, which, you know, it is a problem. You don't want that.
Just when you think Jimmy Kimmel couldn't get any worse, he hits a new low. Here's everything wrong with what Kimmel is saying.
Not this again. Go away, TikToker. Be gone.
Wow. Right off the bat, another Kimmel lie. I'm not a TikToker. I'm a Twitch streamer who uses TikTok to draw people to my furry-themed OnlyFans.
Oh, wait, you're a furry?
Yif.
I guess that's not surprising. I should have...
Oh, did you catch that? Jimmy Kimmel thinks he can tell people's sexual preferences just by looking at them. That's rich coming from a cis-het, male-presenting boomer virgin like him. Now I'm gonna really let him have it by pointing at him and gesturing condescendingly.
All right. What is this? Stop that. Stop doing that. I don't like it. You know what? I'm going to swipe you away.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Mary had a little lamb. She was as big as a sheep. Ah.
To get the perfect cat eye, what you're gonna do is take this and bring that. What the hell, lady?
Gang, gang. Num num relish. Gang, gang. Num num relish. Eat me, please. Oh, hey, Jimmy Kimmel. Num num relish.
Okay.
Gang, gang.
All right, that's enough.
I told you swiping was a bad idea.
Yeah.
This guy's got no clue what he's talking about when it comes to TikTok. Now, if you'll excuse me, my Twitch stream is starting.
Okay.
What are you looking at, perv? This stream is for subscribers only.
Yeah, I'm not. You know what? I don't really necessarily want to see that. But although love is love, no judgment, of course.